If you've been online for any length of time, chances are that you're using lead magnets in your marketing. Warning, if you're running paid ads to those lead magnets, the math says you may as well light your money on fire. It's what I call the lead magnet misfire. We've been hearing about lead magnets and tripwires since Ryan Deiss and Perry Belcher popularized the terms and the Ascension sales funnel back in 2015. But since then, I've seen so many people struggling to make this model work and wondering why. So I thought it would be good to share the actual Funnelnomics so you can decide for yourself whether or not you have a better chance of making this work than most people. Let's use easy numbers to set the stage. Imagine you run Facebook ads and can get 50-cent clicks to your website and decide to pay for 1,000 visitors for a total of $500 in ad spend. With me so far? Okay, so while the number of people who decide to get your lead magnet, the opt-in conversion rate, can be all over the place, let's say most people are in the 10% to 40% range. I assume you've got your targeting and copy on point, so let's say you get a 30% conversion rate. That means 300 out of the 1,000 visitors will give you their email address and make it to your thank you page. Now, it also means that 70% decided not to give you anything, so you automatically torch 70 cents of every dollar you're spending. But I digress. Now, because you're a savvy marketer, that thank you page is actually a tripwire. A low ticket, low dollar offer that you decide to sell for around $7, which is the standard IM pricing these days. Again, you're not a newbie, so you get a 5% conversion rate on the tripwire, which means 15 people out of the 300 who made it to the offer gave you money for a total of $105. Minus the merchant fees, of course. And because of your pro status, you've added a $50 upsell, which with such good copy that you're pulling in 10% conversions. While you can't really get a half a person to convert, 10% of 15 is 1.5 people, I'll throw you a bone and say that the upsell brings in roughly $75 more for your funnel. So when it's all said and done, your $500 in ad spend nets you roughly $328 if we only count the standard Stripe merchant fees and zero refunds. That means you're in the hole to the tune of $3,931 a year if you decided to run this funnel and stick with it. If you're a baller and you have such a killer back-end offer in place that you can afford to lose money on the front end, well, hats off to you. But the reality for most people is that running this funnel would make them lose their shirt. You might be thinking, Ken, I bet I can get better numbers than that. So let's take a look. Okay, so let's suppose that you still get 30% opt-in, because that's definitely above average, but you double your tripwire conversion and almost double the upsell price to $97 instead of $50, and you still maintain that 10% conversion somehow. As you can see, you're still not quite at break even. And let's be brutally honest, doing a 10% conversion on the tripwire is not very likely for most people. Alright, so if lead magnets aren't all they're cracked up to be, what should you do? Well, I'd probably suggest testing traffic direct to a sales page. Take that same $500 in ad spend and send 1,000 people to the sales page for that upsell of between $50 and $100, which is no longer the upsell, it's just your main product now. And with just a 1% conversion rate, you're already break even or in the black. And, more importantly, you've added buyers to your list. Now, don't get me wrong. Squeeze pages or lead magnets have their place, with organic traffic, affiliates, JVs, blog sidebars, etc. But if you're paying for traffic, the Funnelnomics say that sending them straight to an offer is always going to be better, assuming you can get a 1% conversion. Sure, we can play with the numbers and figure out how to make a lead magnet funnel work on paper. However, hitting those numbers when it comes time to deliver may be more trouble than it's worth, especially with clicks getting more expensive and prospects getting more sophisticated. That's it from me today. I hope that helps. That's just my 2 cents. And I would love to hear if you've gotten any of your lead magnet funnels to be profitable using paid traffic and exactly what those conversion rate numbers were so we can put together a little Funnelnomics presentation and help everybody else learn from your success.